like I need the female perspective. Okay.
I got you.
Okay. So
I got you.
I need your help. Now, we've already talked about it a little bit off camera, but you've seen, I'll just kind of, give you guys some context. I showed you the list. I made a video about it a couple videos ago about that list that's going viral. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of videos on TikTok that are going viral. There's a bunch of videos from YouTube influencers that are going viral where they're talking about what women should expect on a first date and where they should expect to go. So basically the list is like a very viral list that a bunch of females, I guess, put together, and it was like 1 through, I think, 28. And it was like, when I first read it, baffled me. Like, it made me go crazy because, yes, I'm older, and I remember when, like, a coffee date was not only cheap, but it was, like, more than nice enough. I remember when Tinder, like, you get on Tinder now and you could date someone for years, or you could just have an F-buddy. I remember when Tinder used to just be a sex app. Like, it was just like, link, swipe, move out, cool. But, like, I could not believe that certain things were on the list and the order of some of the lists. So I'm going to bring some of them up, and I'm gonna see what you think. So, the list said, 1 to 28, do not even think about taking a girl here on a first date. Now let me just start by letting you know what number 1 was. Number 1 was the Cheesecake Factory. Have you ever been to the Cheesecake?
I've only been one time.
Okay, and what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I actually went to celebrate my birthday. I was in a relationship at the time, and I thought it was a treat for us at the time.
Okay.
So it was great. I would go back, definitely.
Not only does the Cheesecake Factory have good food,
yeah,
it is a more expensive place. Like, if you and I went to Cheesecake Factory right now, had dinner, drinks, and some cheesecake at the end,
yeah,
well over $100 before tip. Yeah. So I'm like, that's expensive. It is crazy to me that it is even on that list. It is even more psycho to me that it's number 1. Because, can I tell you what number 7 was?
What's number 7?
Number 7 is your house.
Number 7, it just depends. First date?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. It just depends on the guy, because
if a guy matches with you online though and immediately says, and you say like, hey, we should link up. If he immediately leaves with his house,
well, let me
what
change
are you thinking?
Let me hit you with this perspective then.
Hit me.
So, I enjoy bodybuilding and I'm on a strict diet. So that kind of, I'm guessing there's a lot more restaurants on that list, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably say no or maybe, or can I customize the menu? If he came at me and said, hey, how about I cook you a steak dinner at the house with some veggies and some carbs? And I'd be like, you know what? That just solved a lot of the constraints that I just had, whatever menu you just offered me. So that's a perspective. I know
I like that.
That's something that would make me feel comfortable, because one, he's taking into consideration my dietary restriction. He wants me to feel comfortable. We can have conversation. As long as the conversation and the expectations are communicated, I have no reason to believe this is going to end in sex. It might, depends on the mood. If I go there and it, things are lining up. But in that moment, it's like he just made me feel comfortable without the pressure.
Okay, but this is also, I love that perspective, but this is also one of the things where we talked about where it's the exception of the rule, not the rule, right?
That's right.
So typically,
very rare.
9 times out of 10, with women's complaints of men this generation and past generations, that is, if a man says, hey, just come over, girl, we go on Netflix.
That's,
okay,
I wouldn't be
he
cool
wants
with
sex,
it, yeah.
and that will turn a girl off. That'll make her uncomfortable for a first meet. She shouldn't go to a house if
No,
she
if
doesn't
you're
feel
looking for
comfortable
a
with the guy.
quality partner or quality boyfriend long term, that's probably not a good idea for
Exactly, but you also brought up that you're a bodybuilder,
right.
So the food comes in aspect. Like, it would be nice of him to let crack a bottle of wine and actually make you a nice dinner.
Yeah, and
that
let's
would hit
have
your
a good
macros.
Conversation. Okay.
How many men nowadays are cooking steak dinners for women on the first date?
I don't date all men. I don't know.
All right, well, I'm letting you know the number's low. I have a lot of guy friends, okay, and not a lot of first dates.
Yeah,
Right?
I work with a lot of men, and the cool thing is, in my job, me being a helicopter pilot and a medevac pilot no less, we actually cook dinner as a crew. So I do see and I work majority men, and I do see that they actually do cook some cool meals, and I get to be a consumer of that, and I think that's pretty neat. So my perspective's different, like you said, outlier to the bell curve. So I'm going to throw some other perspectives at you.
Oh,
What's next on the list? What's next on the list?
I got you. Hold on.
What's next?
I got you. So you would like if a guy made you dinner and said, my house for the first date. Okay, I like that too. I'm okay with it.
Okay,
let's move on. You're right.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Now, number 2, 3, and 4 was like Applebee's, Chili's, and Chipotle.
dude, let's go to Chipotle all day long. I'm cool with it. I would probably lean more towards either Chipotle or Applebee's. Chili's only because I was stationed in Louisiana and that's the only restaurant we had and I'm kind of burnt out of the menu.
Okay.
There's only
how entitled do you have to be that a man could even say, hey, I'm gonna, because okay, let's say you and I go to Chili's right now.
Can't imagine.
Even if we do the 2 for $20 with some drinks and a tip, I'm at $60, $60,
yeah,
$70.
I mean, you could still spend.
Are you that entitled
No.
on a first date?
I'd go in a heartbeat.
Because I brought up in my video, so let me hit you with this. Let me hit you with the guy's perspective. I brought up in my video that a lot of times when a men think about a first date, they also think about what's going to put her at ease, right? So like taking her somewhere public is going to make her at ease because obviously if I tried to grab you or like whatever, there's maybe a bunch of guys that are like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? They're gonna interject. So Chili's, Applebee's, yeah, cool. This isn't 5-star steak. This ain't Ruth Chris, but it's a place that you can get out,
but the
get to know each other, and it's public.
You could talk to each other. There's a couple different things you could look at and do. I mean, I'd say it's an awesome first date, especially if you're limited and those are your only options.
Bro, if you too good for $1 margarita days at Applebee's and happy hour,
like that's not the kind of person
you ain't the girl for me. You ain't the girl for
that's what I'm
me.
saying. Like I am that humble of a girl that I'm just like, I'll go.
Let me hit you with another one that blew my head off.
Okay,
blew my head off that it was on the list. It was the last one. It was number 28. It was the last one. It was number 28. It said live sporting event.
Dude, take me to a baseball game.
Don't bring up the one I brought up in my video. No, dude.
But see, the thing
but
is,
I'm with you on
like,
that. Say a sport you know nothing about. What's a sport you know nothing about?
Well, I know a lot of sports.
Do you know anything about hockey?
Yes.
Do you know anything about basketball?
I've gone to basketball games.
Okay.
Well,
you know football. I know you know football.
I mean,
Soccer.
Football, I didn't even go to a UFC fight.
Yeah,
like I would go.
That is such a good
it's
date.
An experience.
That's like a boyfriend-girlfriend
it's
date. So it drives me crazy that some girls are like, no, on a first date I would definitely not go to a live sporting event. How? I hope one day, I pray I pray one day.
I'm in shock.
I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna go. I want to go on like a million dates just because I want to find the girl that's like, I'm like, hey, I got us tickets to the Dodger game, and she goes, oh, I don't go to dates. I don't go to live sporting events on a first date. I'm gonna be like, can you say that again? I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna roast the fuck out of you.
But
like that will baffle me.
In this day and age, influencer day and age, she can't just wear cute Dodgers like jersey and like take some cute pictures just for the clout that you went. Like she could get some kind of like cool aspect of it without knowing a damn thing about the sport and still get cute pictures with her man who's not her man yet as a first date. You know, I don't know. It's just.
That's crazy.
I'm so in shock that these women are turning these. I
you
want to see the rest of the list.
More? Oh,
I want to see the rest of the list. It's
bowling.
Crazy. Bowling
made
fun.
the list. Bowling? Like, let's go bowl. Like, what's wrong with bowl? Bowling is like, we're throwing the ball out. We're not on ESPN. I don't care if you're good. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
We'll put the bumpers up. I don't give a fuck. Like, put the bumpers up, get some drinks, get some wings, and bowl.
Dude, even if I'm okay or like mediocre, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm not good at this. Can you show me? And
yeah, exactly.
Like,
oh, yeah, and cheating. Yeah.
You know,
like Top Gun, like, I'm horrible at this. Can you come show me? Yeah, I got you, girl. And you like grab around her. Yeah,
hey, girl.
It kills me that bowling is on there.
Oh, these girls got no game. That's why.
It kills me. You ready for the next one? Movies.
Okay, so movies.
I know what you're about to say. You're about to say because you can't talk and get to know each other?
Hold up.
Okay.
I wanted to say that. Now you got me thinking.
No, go.
No, I love movies.
Yes.
But for a first date, I feel like that's kind of like middle school. That's all you had to do back in the day. Let's go to the mall, go to the movies. And
okay, what about dinner and movies? Or like
dinner and
or like movies and you go
incredible.
Get a drink after.
Movies would be incredible because now you have like those really cool specials, $5 to $10, where you can go to a really nice movie theater where they serve wine and beer and food. And you get all of it at one time, and it's an experience. And it's not like
and then you go to a bar and talk about the movie.
And then go talk about the movie and do like a movie review.
Bar was on there. Some bars were on there. Hookah bar and some normal bars.
You mentioned coffee earlier.
Yeah, coffee date was on there.
I love those.
Yeah,
those are incredible.
And you ready for the one that's gonna make you mad? Gym date was on there.
See, that's my favorite.
That's crazy.
Gym and tacos.
Especially if she's a gym girl. So that shows me, you want to know why that made the list? Because there's a bunch of fatties and ugly, skinny women out there that aren't gym girls. Because every gym girl I've ever talked to or even met at a gym, if I was like, hey, we should get a lift together or we should go on a date together and then we'll get food after. Never heard no in my entire life.
It appeals to gym girls because one, our time is valuable, right? We can't skip the gym for you, sorry. Yeah. And then two, we gotta eat. You gotta feed us. Somebody's gotta eat, you know?
Somebody's gotta eat.
So
And then you can knock out cardio later.
Then you could take that time, and it's one, you're building that quality time.
That went right over your head.
I heard it. I'm trying to keep it nice.
Okay.
But no, for real, because we talked about expectations earlier.
Yeah.
You know, it's the first date. You know, like who's gonna fuck on first date?
Right.
You know.
I agree.
But it
That's
depends.
fair. You don't want the pressure. You don't want the pressure. I agree.
You don't want the pressure, but at the same
But
time,
a gym
it's
is another, like, it's
someone who's
public.
like-
It's something you're good at if you're a gym girl.
Yeah, and like, and it's not like you're gonna sit here and like hog the machines or anything. It's just you're respecting my time, and I think that's what's important. It's
Okay.
like you are
That's a good
trying.
perspective.
You're trying to find an opportunity to not inconvenience me, but at the same time show that you're willing to make that quality time and that effort to share that quality time. And at the same time, it's like I'm not going out of my way at the same. But the only thing is, like, if it doesn't work out, then hopefully we don't share the same gym. But I don't know, I'm cool with it. I'm not too worried about it. I think gym dates are highly successful, because if that's what you're looking for in a partner who shares a similar lifestyle or similar like healthy habits, that's a really good indication that, one, are you going to work well together as a team?
That's why I think a bunch of fat girls made this list.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, though, you're absolutely right, because a lot of them were restaurants, and the restaurants that you just mentioned, they have a really versatile and very varied menu. So I'm not sure why they would put those on the list.
Let me ask you one last question
Go ahead.
before we wrap this up.
We should.
What do you think the average age is? Do you think those girls were younger or older who made that list?
I would say age has nothing to do with it. I think a lot of it has to do with self-worth and maturity.
Really?
Yeah.